Hi guys. I'll give you a few versions of how to talk about the program. Here's version one. So everybody knows there's an X factor in sports, an X factor in golf, and that X factor is what really happens when a player is locked in and playing well. You know, you have a guy who goes to the course, has a really solid ball striking day. He walks off the course. You ask him, "Do you really know why you played so well that day?" He probably couldn't answer that question. You know, everything just clicked. Everything just fit well. Then his swing starts to go south a little. He thinks he's thinking the same thing, and you ask him, "Do you really know why you didn't play so well that day?" And he'll probably say, "No, I'm trying to figure it out." Well, sports is all about motion. Motion is all about the muscles, and the operating system of the muscles is located in the mind. So when someone is really locked in and playing well, as it turns out, interestingly enough, there is one process in the mind that when an athlete accesses, the body is free to do what it wants to do. And accessing that process in the mind comes and goes on its own volition. It could be there for 3 holes, for one round, for a tournament, for a year, or for the superstars for a career. And what we teach is we teach an athlete how to access that one process in their mind. We teach a golfer how to set up by design what they normally experience just by chance when they play their best. And when an athlete does experience this process, they experience three things. One, time slows down. Two, the mind becomes very quiet. And three, the fast twitch muscles fire, so the motion becomes very fluid and effective. It's a very simple program. It gives instant results, and it could take someone to the next level very quickly. Okay, so that's version one. Version two is to talk about our company. Our company is comprised of two people, myself and a man by the name of Buddy Biancalana. And Buddy was the starting shortstop for the Kansas City Royals when they won the World Series in 1985. George Brett was at third and Buddy was at shortstop. And Buddy had this zone experience. And he batted 73 points over his average, played errorless at shortstop, was the second leading vote getter for the MVP, was on the David Letterman Today Show, really solid 15 minutes of fame. And 18 months later, he's out of the major leagues. Couldn't repeat it. Didn't know where to look. And the harder he tried to repeat it, the worse he played. And this is the story of a lot of professional athletes, a lot of amateur athletes too, in different sports. They have a career round or a career game or a career tournament, and then they try to repeat that performance, and because they didn't really understand what happened when they played so well, they start looking in the wrong place, and a lot of times they go sideways or they go south. Well, as it turns out, there's one process in the brain that allows the body to be free, and that is what we teach. My background is in tennis. When I was a senior in high school, I won the Florida State High School Singles Tennis Championship, was a member of the championship team, went on to have a successful career at the University of Pennsylvania, played number one singles, was a member of the All-Ivy team, even had a win over John McEnroe in my college days. And when I was a senior at Penn, I had my zone experience, only it didn't happen in front of 20 million people like Buddies. It happened in front of 20 people. And essentially, I experienced the three things that all athletes experience when they have a zone experience, and that is that time slowed down, my intellect shut down, my mind became very quiet, and my motion, because my fast twitch muscles were firing, became very fluid and effortless. And there's one process in the brain that allows an athlete, a golfer, to have that experience. And usually that process just comes and goes on its own volition. And we teach a systematic, simple program for that to come and happen by design rather than it happen by chance. So more or less those are the two versions. And you want to keep it simple. You can practice a little bit. And you can, it's especially good to talk about your own personal experience, Steve and Hank. Steve, when you won a nationwide tour event, how did it feel? Could you repeat it? Did you know really what was going on? And Hank, the same thing with you, when you had your spectacular moment there at the U.S. Amateur. So people like to hear about personal experiences, but you want to keep a description of the program very simple and very short. And there's all the information on the website, and you just want to give them sort of a taste of it. And of course, I'll be willing to speak to anybody you want. Just give them my phone number, and we can go from there. Okay, guys, we'll speak later. I'm going to put this on YouTube now.